Today we're going to show you how to change the drive belt and motor isolators on your washer. It's a really easy job. All you're going to need is a 1/4 inch nut driver, a 1/2 inch wrench or socket and ratchet, and a flat blade screwdriver. Let me show you how we do it. Now the first step in this repair will be to turn the washer around so that we can gain access to the back. Now to do that we'll need to disconnect the power, we'll need to disconnect the inlet hoses and the drain, and then turn the machine around so that we have access to this panel. Next we'll remove 4 1/4 inch hex head screws. There are 2 short ones on the bottom and then 2 longer ones on the top. Now with these screws removed, you can tilt that panel out, drop it down, and disengage it from the plastic housing for it, and we'll set that aside. You can also remove this piece if you wish, as it will tend to get in the way. Just has a couple of hooks on the top that fit into those slotted holes. And we can set that aside. Now our next step will be to roll the belt off of the large pulley. Just pull it forward and rotate the drum. Let it drop off. That will give us access to the 1/2 inch bolt that secures the motor. So we'll loosen that. We can remove that bolt altogether. Set that bolt aside because we will need to reinstall it. Now carefully grasp the motor, let it swing free, and then push it towards the front of the washer, just rocking it gently until it drops out. Set that aside. Now we can push out the old motor isolators. If need be, you can use a flat bladed screwdriver to pry them out from the front, or just tap them out from the back. You'll probably note that the old isolators are slightly oval shaped, and yours may have a black, softer rubber style on them as well that is probably worn completely out. Discard those. Carefully insert the new ones through from the front side. Make sure you seat them fully till the flange is up against the tub protrusion. Now, carefully lift the motor back up into position. Pull it fully into the new isolators just by rocking it back and forth. Then we'll just lift up on it enough that we can start the retaining bolt. And then we'll tighten that up. Not securely, but at least till it comes up against the edge of the tub. If you have a short-handled ratchet, you could use that instead of the wrench. Whatever you prefer. We'll follow the instructions that came with the kit as to the positioning of the motor and the type of washer that is used on it. Now if your model of washer had an adjustment washer on here with little numbers on it, you will want to position it so that it lines up with number 1 against the indicator. If your washer model has the round type of washer, no adjustment is necessary. The belt will determine that, and we'll pull it tight. So next we'll slide the belt onto it. We'll hook it around the motor pulley first, in about the center of the motor pulley. The belt has 6 ribs on it, and the motor drive pulley actually has 8. So then we'll rotate the drum rotate a few times, and then we can position the belt on the motor pulley. Now at this point, we can roll the belt back off long enough to tighten the bolt. If your model used the round washer, make sure that retaining bolt is snug, and then we can roll that belt back on. And we'll start with it on the motor pulley, and then we'll roll it up onto the driven pulley. Again, we'll position that belt on the motor pulley so that it lines up in the center of the driven pulley. Now you should run a cycle through your washer without close, just to seat that belt, stretch it properly as per the instructions with the kit. And next we'll put the back panel on. Okay. And once we have the clamp tightened on the drain hose, we can put the rear access panel back on. We'll start by putting the plastic holder in place. We'll slide that right up into that plastic holder. Hold it in place, make sure it fits snugly. Wrap the sides around. We'll start by putting in the top two screws first. Same on the opposite side. Make sure the edges of that plastic holder fit inside of the opening on the main cabinet, and that will allow it to seat flush. Put the two screws in on the bottom. Now we're ready to put the washer back in position, reconnect the fill hoses, taking care that we get the hot hose on the right hand side facing the back, and the left one is the cold. Secure our drain in place, reconnect the power, and our repair is complete.